Welcome everybody, hello, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday, here we are, flying through January, 23rd already. We've got another, it feels like it's about the 54th January, doesn't it? Let alone the 23rd. Still got another week and a bit to go, but we're almost there. Payday somewhere on the horizon. Cool, don't we all need a bit of payday love right now? But listen, the great thing about this particular show, Masterclass, is it's your show. You get to pull the strings on this, if you like. You get the opportunity to get in touch, make it nice and interactive, ask the questions, send in your requests. We want you to run the show, and it is a masterclass on all things Duet Inkpads. So that's what we're going to be after. We've already got a few questions coming in, but if you have already got the Duet Inkpads and you are not quite sure how to use them, if you want some more ideas of how to use them, if you're not quite sure maybe what cardstock you can use them with, any questions you've got at all, ask them, and let's make it the most interactive masterclass of the year. We need to beat 17 questions, right? Just to say as well, running on the website currently, we do have the January sale. Up to 75% off, ends Friday, so do check that out whilst you're shopping. And also don't forget tonight, launch party, we have got the return of the Cosmic collection, and still I think we have got a small amount available of the Alphabet collection and those easel drawer kits that we have. Okay, we're trying to get that back in. Have we got any of the Alphabets left? I don't think there's going to be many left if we do. But anyway, we'll worry about that later. This show is all about those Duet Inkpads. And it's not just me over the course of the next couple of hours. I'm delighted to say I'm here with one of my absolute faves. Ducked out a shot then for it. I wasn't sure what she was doing.
I was hiding.
Oh, you were hiding. That would have been quite funny if I'd thrown to you and you weren't there.
And then I thought that was a little bit childish.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. It is the one and only McGiggles, Debbie Fisher.
Ah, thank you, Benjamin. It's been a nice couple of hours. In fact, it's flown by. I don't know where the day's going. I have been busy though, so and getting everything together. And yeah, love a masterclass. I love that we can really concentrate, home in on just that one sort of thing, and really sort of teach all the tips and tricks and techniques of that. So, and like Ben said, ask away with any questions, because no question is silly, and we will try anything here.
Have you got a set idea of what you're going to do, or are we totally reliant on like first question and then you'll be in and do that?
Oh no, I have demos to do, but we can do anything.
Okay.
Then, so yes.
We can do anything. You heard it here first.
Anything,
we can do anything.
For you.
So ask away. There's going to be some laughs along the way too. Probably some more singing and dancing as we go. Superstar Susie on the socials. Susie, send those questions through. It's lovely to have you back on the socials with us. Betsy Black says, hello from Houston, Texas. I hope to fix the gremlins on Facebook. Are we still not Facebooking? Silly old Facebook. The gremlins are gremlining hard, I've just heard in my ear. Why, yada. Come on, Facebook, sort yourselves out for goodness sake. Beth Valone says, hi from upstate New York. Yeah, can you not just get on the Zuckerberg hotline and just like, oi, Mark. Oi, our Facebook not working. Can you sort it out, please? Do you know who I am? This is producer Nicola here. What on earth is going on? Beth Malone says, hi from upstate New York. Phil Watson is in saying, good afternoon. Hi, Phil. Hi also to Lynn Morton, who says, afternoon, Debbie, Ben, Superstar Susie, and all the CTV team from Newcastle. We have got lovely producer Nicola and lovely James, who is vision mixing today for you. Tracy's also on the team today. And Betsy Black says, I love my Duet Inkpads, but always looking for inspiration. Well, if it's inspiration you're after, you've come to the right place. If you haven't yet got them, by the way, pick them up today, because the deal on this is phenomenal. £36 or $55.20 for the full collection if you are a Platinum member. If you are Platinum, if you're in the UK, that is pretty much a half price deal on these. All 12 colours you're going to be getting from the collection. Here they all are. So you've got your Rosy Apple, Sweet Clementine, Sunshine Glow, Lemon Meringue, Spring Buds, Awakening Forest, Beautiful Sailor's Wake, Waterfall. You've got your Midnight Mist, Soft Heather, your vintage Merlot and your raspberry ripple. So a lovely collection of colours. And of course, the brilliant thing about these is that they're that hybrid ink pad. So you can do so many different things with them. Yes, of course, you can do all your blending with them. Yes, of course, you can do all of your water techniques with these as well. And yes, they are hybrid, Nicola, but they do not run on petrol and electric. They're a different style of hybrid. And also you'll notice as well, just showing you one of the ink pads there, the design of these is slightly different so that they will fit into the palm of your hand very nicely, whichever way you hold them. So if you're going down straight onto your cardstock, you can get those bigger sweeps of colour. If you want to use this end here, like the teardrop end, to get into those more finer detail points, you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. So that's the reason for the design. All the colours that you're getting there, and like we said, great price on this. If you have already got them, sadly they're going to run out at some point, so what an opportunity to jump in, stock up, grab the full collection again today for nigh on half price if you're platinum. If you've not yet bought these, I have a feeling by the end of this show you'll be jumping in to grab them. Let's get your questions answered. Let's get those requests in of anything specifically that you want to see, and also worth bearing in mind that if you are thinking about getting these, best value for money is to go for the full collection of ink pads, but you can still go for those individuals as well. Rhonda is in saying, good morning, Lord Ben, Lady Debbie, CTV crew, Team Social, and all my crafty compadres, that's a good word that, from a rainy Oak Park near Chicago. Jenny Barger is in saying hello from Ohio. Carol Will says, good morning from a very snowy Ontario. Clarice Trudel says, hi all from South Carolina. And hi also to Christine Mahoney, who says, hello again. Keep the hellos coming. Ask some questions, guys, as well, please, because if not, then I'm going to have to ask a lot of questions. And, I mean, that'll be fine.
They might not be what you want.
It might not be what you want. You might have, if you've got a burning question, ask it, please. Anything you want to see, ask it. Just get in touch, make it interactive. Come on, it's over to you on this. We're going to start off, I think, where Debbie wants to start, and then we'll sort of progress from there, really. We'll see where the afternoon takes us and see what questions come in. But let's just chat about these again, Debbie. Perhaps the people who have just joined, maybe not seen the Duet ink pads before, they're a little bit different to ink pads that we currently have within our range, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And if you haven't got any ink pads, you might be an absolute newbie to ink pads. The Duets are definitely the ones to go for. So people would ask us, if we only could afford a set certain ones, what ones would we go for? And we would have perhaps always said the water reactive normally, because the water reactive are going to give you the most use and most techniques that you can do with them because they're water based. Yeah. Now we would say, well, actually, I would go for the Duets every time. So it's not that I want to undersell any of the other ink pads. They all have a place on the market. They all have a place in our craft room. But the Duets do exactly that. They're a duet. So they are water based, which means they react with water, but they're also pigmented as well. It makes them really unique in their blends, the way they oxidize with water, the way they just perform naturally. So they mix well together. You can blend different colours together to make a third colour. Everything you could think you could do with the water reactive and the pigments. So not only can you stamp with them, you can now heat emboss with them. Yeah. Where you could use your letterpress techniques, you can now do that with them as well. Everything you can think of technique-wise, you can do with them. The other thing we've done is we've created a ton of different colours to what we've already got out there. And I love that because I think we needed to fill a few gaps in some of the ranges that we have colour-wise. We do it with our pen system, so we've pretty much, I think, filled the whole of the pen system colour up, which is why they're called Spectrum. And I think we're doing that with the ink pads as well, whether it be your shimmers, whether it be the touch of golds, whether it be your water reactive. But now the Duets come in all these colours. Now, the other thing is, if we look down on my mat here, the shape of them is a big thing for me. I suffer with arthritis in my hands, and I feel like this has been made for me because it's comfortable. I'm not feeling like I'm holding a too big a thing. I'm not feeling like my fingers are going round. It literally sits in the palm of my hand. And it's also been designed so when you put it this way, it curves round your thumb here. So it's really comfortable. And it also means, let me just grab myself a little piece of cardstock rather than ones that I've got there. It also means that when you come to lay that colour down, if you want to use the biggest side here, you're literally just coming in and stroking it down like so. But if you want to get into tiny little areas, you've got just those tiny amounts that you can fill in as well. So I love the shape of them. So that's a really good one. And also the fact that they do so much. So let's get started on exactly how they blend. Now the first thing I want to do is show you how to prime a card. And I'm going to do both because I want to show you exactly how they work and how they blend. So on just watercoloured cardstock, let's take our spring buds and I'm going to take that Midnight Mist. So let's just take the green one to start with. So making sure we've got plenty on there. And we're just going to start to blend that over the card.
So, question.
Yep.
Tell me what you think about the question, a few people were asking about cardstock. What's the best cardstock to apply this to, and can you apply it to all different types of cardstock?
Yeah, you can, absolutely. You can put them on any cardstock, even black. Even black,
okay.
Yes. They look different on black, but you can build them up on black.
Yeah.
But yes, they'll go onto all sorts of cardstock. So the reason I'm using watercolour is just because I want to paint my cardstock. So I'm showing you that just very quickly, laying down the two colours that are going on. And then you would build that colour up to make it more colourful if you want to. Now, the other thing that you can do is if you take some good old gesso, it's a great medium. And literally, all I'm going to do is put a little bit onto here and we're just going to paint it over our cardstock.
Question.
Yes, I love this.
What's gesso and why do I need gesso?
Oh, love that question. So not using a lot of it. Gesso is a acrylic primer.
Okay.
So it's just a white primer for your cardstock. Well, it's for anything really. So you can put it over your wood. So
like MDF and stuff like that.
MDF,
we see it a lot,
so
don't we?
great if you wanted to go over MDF. But what it does, it creates a smoothness across the top. You'll be able to see that on there. Now you just let that dry. You can see it doesn't even look like I've painted it, so you wouldn't be able to really notice that's what you've done. But if you did want to use it, it's a really good one, and I'll show you the difference now. So I've got one that's already dry, so I'm just going to wipe that up. I'm going to pop that to the side, but I want to show you this bit afterwards, the bit that we've actually put our blues and greens onto. This piece has already got my primer on there, so I've put a bit of gesso on there, and then we're going to use this just to blend over the top. So just straight over. I'm using I actually prefer these ones to the round ones, but if you use the round ones, you'll see that they're...
Question?
Oh.
So I'm just asking questions which I thought of earlier on. So talking about... Well, no.
So what's good is that while I'm doing it, it's giving you ideas of things you want to ask, hasn't it?
Yes, we can count these towards the 18 question record. So what is this, question 3? Okay, question 3. You're going to have to help out, guys, as well. But this was a question that people were asking earlier. So you're obviously now using your square blending tool.
Yep.
It's a rectangle.
It's a rectangle, yes.
Can I use all of my different blending tools? Like, can I use my sponges? Can I use the round one? Can I use the new blending brushes that we've got? Is it the same as with the other ink pads?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
You use whatever you like to use, basically. So let me just pop that on. I'm going to bring in my blending brushes. So let's use that, and I'll use it in a different place, and you'll see how the difference in these. These are probably becoming my fast favourite. I love them that they're smoother.
Yeah.
So you can see straight away how smooth that is going down, because the brushes are blending constantly. They're very, very dense. As Nicola just said, it's loads better.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you get a really, really smooth blend over the top. So you can see that, I mean, there's quite a big difference, isn't there? With that? And it's not the others, it's just that, I suppose, you pay that little bit more, don't you, Ben? So, which is, you know, I suppose, I don't want to say a downside of them. But when something works and you get that sort of smooth blend, let's bring in the other one and do
We
the
are
green
waiting for
one.
those to come back in stock, but if you've already got them, then get working with them.
And then bring that green.
Oh yeah, that's a great lay down.
You're actually getting more lay down as well. I'm just going to bring in a piece of kitchen towel because I'm really bad at putting my nails into my work, and then I'm getting all these scratch marks. So let's just continue to build that up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wait until those come back in stock and then absolutely jump in and grab them. Jessica's joined us. Wet and dreary day for the next 3 days. Ice yesterday is thawed, and I got my floral elegance yesterday. Well, that's great news.
Oh, amazing.
And Betsy Black saying, wow, that is a great price. Isn't it a great price for the Duet Inkpads? Snap them up today and ask your questions. Lois joins us from Ohio, and Laurie Barnett's in from Gilbert, Arizona. Happy Tuesday, says Laurie.
Hello, Laurie.
Happy Tuesday to you.
And Susie, let us know how your birthday was. We did wish you happy birthday on air.
I did ask her. But she's not ignoring me. We're sort of chatting away. We're doing work things. We're in work mode, you know. Oh, no, she did reply. I didn't read it.
You get the wrath of Susie.
Yikes. I said, how was your birthday? It was a lovely weekend, thank you, says Susie.
Oh, that's good. Let us know what you got.
What did you get, Nicola's asking, and what flavour cake did you have?
They could all be questions that we could add up to our
so
18.
question 4,
Ask questions to Susie, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a great masterclass, bosses. Yeah, we asked 4 questions about the Duet Inkpads and 23 questions about Susie's birthday. Yeah.
How many candles on your cake?
What party games did you play? What was your best present? Yeah. What was the best wrapping paper? Who made the best card?
Did you ask for an expensive gift like our Becky, a £12,000 necklace, just so you get an even better price? So Becky for Christmas asked for a £12,000 necklace. She knew she wouldn't get a £12,000 necklace, but she says if she does that, then when she's asking for a £3,000 bag, it's likely you're going to get the bag.
Plans.
She didn't get the bag either, though.
She didn't get the bag either?
She didn't get the bag either.
No.
No. She's in the sky, isn't she, at the moment?
Is she? She's on what? First class flight where? Off to Houston, Texas. Wow.
I know.
What's she doing there? Is that pleasure or? Oh, she's going to see a friend in Houston. Then they're off to Mexico, apparently.
And then she's coming back for a few days, and then she's going to New York.
How the other half live, eh?
I know.
How the other half live.
I think she'll be a bit disappointed because she was hoping she would still be in the sky tomorrow, and we normally have a Zoom meeting with all of us.
So she could do it.
And she was hoping she could do it from the plane. But it's been moved till next week. Right, so we've got our background blended, and then what I'm going to do, I've just took a pot of water and a small paintbrush. You can use whatever size paintbrush, but we're just going to use this to tap down to make some, we call it faux bleaching, but it's a little bit different with this. It actually makes it quite distressed.
And this is one of the differences, because this is official question 4 from Karen H, who's just saying, what is the difference between the Duet and the water reactive ink pads? And this is one of the subtle differences, isn't it, here?
It is, because what the water does, it oxidizes, which means it's combined with the pigment and the water, it sort of lifts it, but it makes it distressed. And you just get a really cool effect. The longer you leave it, sort of the better, but it really does. Where, if I take that away, you just get this real nice lift of the colour. So it's not taking it back to the basics, but it just makes it look really cool. And it is, the main difference is because they are water-based and they are pigmented as well. So once you've done that, now I've already done one because I've used a die cut that I haven't brought with me. I brought all the stuff to do and then forgot to bring the die cut. So what I've done, you can see I've blended mine a little bit more. So to make it like that, you can see the same, just to put extra down, it just takes that bit more time of adding them in. If you use a bigger paintbrush or you use your fingers to flick down on, so if I was to use my fingers here and flick, we can make some sort of big splodges. And then that will give you even more of a different lift. And if you don't leave it on so long, then we take that one away, you can see it just starts to give sort of more on there, which is amazing.
I heard that too. I heard that too, Nicola. Oh, they're on one in the gallery today.
They are.
Debbie did not just call me a moron. She said you could put more on there, although she did look at me.
I thought they said you called me a moron.
No, you said you could put some more on there. Yeah. Yeah, when you said it, you looked at me.
Because well, then I thought you said Ben called me a moron.
I would never call you a moron. You're the least morony person I know.
I don't even know what moron means. What is a silly person?
You're just silly. Yeah, you're a silly person. You're silly.
I don't think I've ever called anybody a moron.
It's a great word, to be fair.
It's a good word. Yeah, it's a good word.
Just the answer to a couple of questions which we asked. What kind of cake did Susie have? Chocolate cheesecake.
Oh,
it was yummy.
Nice.
And what was the best present? She says, my daughter bought me a pretty bracelet that says Mom with a heart and her January birthstone, which is garnet.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's
what
really
a thoughtful
sweet.
gift.
That is thoughtful.
Yeah, really thoughtful. I do love a thoughtful gift.
Have you seen that? I think it's an advert which was on a while back that they've now started running again, and I love it. The little girl who goes to the shop wants to get her mum a bar of chocolate for her birthday.
Oh, and it gives
and she pays in like buttons. And then she pays with the ring, and then the guy's still looking, and then she puts a little toy unicorn on there. And
I mean, I'm a little bit harsh, because every time I see that, I just think, no shopkeeper would do that. But it is a lovely advert.
Yeah, and he's like, here's the change.
And then he gives a change,
and he gives her the unicorn back, because he can see that she wanted the unicorn. Yeah, it's really cute.
So I'm just checking how I've cut it to put my... can't seem. Let me turn it that way round and see if that's the way. So just making sure we've got that, I think, about there. That will do. That will do. They're all calling everyone a moron in the gallery
That was
now.
me. I think they were calling them moron.
Eyebrow dancing. Can you do that?
Well, they were just saying their favourite chocolate advert is the one with the eyebrows when they do that, don't they? Are they doing it? Oh, I'll get an headache.
Better than what I could do. And I'm not going to try.
My favourite chocolate advert is the one with the gorilla.
Oh, yeah, with the old...
In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. What a tune.
Oh, absolutely. Phil Collins used to be my fave.
Bill Collins?
Phil Collins.
Oh. I thought you said Bill Collins.
Phil Collins.
Yeah, Phil. Love a bit of Phil.
I can feel it coming in
Yeah, tonight.
Lord.
I think we're all up to date on the questions.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh, got a little bit of wet on there. Never mind, it just adds to that. Right, so once we've got this bit done, I then thought let's use some of the bits that we've got in our cosmic collection.
Yeah.
Now I've just used my nesting die on here, so we're going to stick this over the front. So what I've done, any nesting dies will make this same card, cut out the shape, and then I've done the one in the back slightly bigger than that one. Then that way when you come over the top, it doesn't matter if it's not precise, you're not going to be able to see it. You'll just be able to see that little bit you can see inside like so. So we're going to pop that onto the front there, and then what I've used, let me just bring in all my little stars. I've got some stars here, and then we've got the inside part that we've taken out of there, and we're going to put that inside the inside of the card. So I thought this would be really cool to sort of combine the two with the ink pads and the Cosmic collection, because with all these strong bold colours they're a really nice one to use. Oh, and I've just made my rookie mistake that I told myself not to do when I was prepping, but never mind, and I'll show you in a second. It's just because, just get this the right way, that way around. Can't find where it come out of now. Not that it, there we go, it's that way, so just pop that there. So let's pop this over the top like so. So the rookie mistake I made is I went over this bit with my so it's sticky.
Okay.
But doesn't matter because I'm going to show you a little trick now. So let's pop this on that's going to go on the inside. Did I find? Yep, that way. So we're going to pop it onto there. I'm going to use a wet glue to stick that one down.
Question.
Just because we don't want it, we want to be able to move it before we shut the card. Right, what's the question?
It is a craft question. So what is this? Official question 5. Patty Talbot. So the brush that you were using a few moments ago, the blending brush,
yeah.
She's asking, are those the same as makeup brushes? So I suppose the question is, could you use a makeup brush?
So, makeup brushes. So, yes is the question. Yes is the answer.
Yes.
But makeup brushes aren't as dense.
Right.
So you'll find that these brushes, I've never had brushes this dense before. And the reason that these work better than makeup brushes, so you can use makeup brushes, the reason they work better is because the ink doesn't settle inside. With a makeup brush, you would have to, like if you're using a foundation brush, you would have to wash it every so often because the makeup would keep going down into the brush.
Okay.
The ink doesn't go down into the brush. In fact, can you see where the darker bristles are on the top to this bit? They won't go down into the lighter bit. They'll only stay in that top bit because, look, I mean, look at that. You can't even, I can't see a gap really through there when I'm putting it down.
It looks more like
so
a sponge
dense.
from that shot.
Yeah,
it's so dense.
It's very like, there's no, when you sort of pound it, if you like, it stays. There's no, it doesn't go down a gap. So.
Another question that's come in. Lillian, this is, I mean, you're not going to be you will not be able to answer this question, but I'll ask it anyway.
Oh.
How many bristles are there in the blending brush? Good one, Lillian.
I think there's 2,542,000.
That's what I thought, actually. Yeah. Zillion. Yeah.
Good question, though.
Oh, dear.
And no, I'm not going to count them in the break.
No.
Right, we're going to put these on. So this is my outside frame that I've made, and we're just literally going to hover that just over the edges. If you wanted to use a wet glue, just in case you felt like you couldn't put it on straight, but I don't worry about that too much. Make sure we go down there.
Caden Turner's got another question. This is great. This is official question 6. Sorry if it's been answered, never apologise, because we know people pop in and drop in all the time, but can you heat emboss with these ink pads?
Oh, very good question.
Good, and
the answer is yes,
yes.
Absolutely. And we will be showing that in the demos as well. Yeah, really good question. Right, now what I'm going to do, now because I've glued on the outside, I mean I was going to do it anyway, but it's good because it means that I can start sticking these. So I want to put this so it's sort of coming down. So let me just pop that at the side, so just there. So I'm going to stick a little bit more glue on the edges. I thought this would be really cool to actually come down the sides there like so. And then that will take up some of the glue. So when we hover it over, you can see the stars coming out the top.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that with some of our other ones. So just put a little bit more down.
Betsy Black says, I'm in Houston, so hello, Becky. It's raining here, though. Oh no, Becky.
I think Becky was saying, was it Houston? She was saying that it's warm in the day, but it goes like the temperatures drop really low in the evening.
Oh, let us know, Betsy. I don't know. Do you have in your mind, like, because I know very little about America. I've only been there once. No. No, I'm asking the question. Taylor's just walked in, one of our one of our American colleagues / experts. No, my thing is, I have in my mind, when I say names of places, no, Nicola, no. I have names of places, and I just go, well, that's a hot place or that's a cold place. And Houston, Texas is just a hot place. That's all I have in my mind. It never gets cold in Houston, Texas. That's what I have in my mind. Because Texas, I just think is a hot place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
But Betsy will tell us, because she's
I never
there.
really thought about it, if I'm honest.
No? Fire me up with some place names in America and I'll tell you whether I think they're hot or cold. I have this formula. Wisconsin, cold.
I mean, New York can be both.
But I think of that more as cold, like a cold place.
I've landed in New York and it was snowing.
Massachusetts? Warm.
Cold.
Oh, I think that sounds warm. Okay. Ohio?
Hot.
Cold.
Very hot.
Because Terry was messaging the other day and it was snowing there, so I said, surely Ohio is now Snowhio. Anyway, keep those coming in. But Tracy says, Ben, you will not get the presentation lead next year if you don't count the bristles in the brush. I'll do it in the break. Hi, Jeffrey, who says, happy Tuesday, Ben and Debbie and fabulous Super CTV crew. Connecticut, cold. What do you think? Sounds like a cold place.
Connecticut?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Warm.
Okay, it's just warm. Question.
Not freezing.
Carol, question 7. Debbie, do you find the Duet inks do not show fingerprints as much as the water reactive?
Yes, yeah, that's a really good question. And actually, yes, you don't find it. They don't come off so much on your hands as the water reactive ones. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do find that. So we're just putting our sentiment in there, and then we're just going to add some extra stars just to finish off.
Hi, Kathy Green, who says, you were singing Phil Collins, and that song has just come on the radio here in Mechanicsburg.
Oh, that's spooky.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Mechanicsburg! Doesn't matter whether Mechanicsburg is hot or cold, Nicola, it is the greatest named place on the planet. It's probably hot and or cold. It's everything you want it to be.
Rather than stick all these stars on, Ben, I'm just going to bring my one in slightly different, and I've just put a few extra gems into it, and you can see we've just used that on the inside and the outside, putting those stars round the edges of there, and there we go, there's our card.
Amazing. Fan-blooming-tastic. And like you say, the colours that you've used there as well, very, very in tune and in line with some of the sort of galactical themes that you've got within the Cosmic collection. Oh no, now we started it, have we? Review hot or cold. See how we're getting these right? Connecticut, cold. Massachusetts, Susie, cold. See? Houston tends to be quite warm, warm. It's my system works. Yeah, but it does get chilly in the winter. We'll ignore that bit. Normally warm. Hi also to Lillian, who says, I'm trying to help you break the record of questions. Thank you with your question of how many bristles does the brush have. Then we're going to do it in the break, aren't we? Yeah, because I need to get back that trophy. Where is that trophy,
I don't think you should have really won it.
What?
I mean, Becky, Corinne, Craig, I mean, they're all presented.
But it didn't win. Presentation.
But were they up for the award?
Well, here's the thing. Because they obviously do the presenting this side,
yes.
but I was only the one who was officially named presentation lead.
Well, so, yes, you're presenter.
Presentation lead.
I'm senior in my role.
You're senior. You're senior craft expert, aren't you?
I am senior.
And I am presentation lead because I mean, you guys come and do a bit here, don't you? But I'm the presentation lead, as you are the senior craft expert. Where's your trophy for being the senior craft expert?
I know. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Where's
There's two spare on the shelf there behind the pens if you want one. Other side of the shelf.
Maybe I should just pinch one.
You're an award winner in my heart, Debbie.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
You can share my trophy whenever I get it back.
And I genuinely think you are one of the best presenters out there. So
you know.
It doesn't matter who's up against you, you would have won.
And I genuinely think you are one of the greatest craft experts I ever worked with.
Thank you. He says that to everyone.
No,
but
I do not.
I'll take it. I don't mind. No one else is here. I'm going to take it.
No, I do not. I don't say it to everyone. Rewind all of my tapes. Have I ever said that? Watch all of my tapes back. Whilst I'm counting the bristles on that brush, you guys watch back all of my shows and see if I ever said that before. Wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Love the card, says Beth. Debbie says, I live in Houston. Texas is so big, we can have 4 seasons in the same day. 4 seasons in one day. Lovely card, Debbie, says Carletta. Pam Riley says, great card, Debbie. And Jessica Stricker says, great card. Here are all of the colours for you. If you want to grab that full collection, it's the best value for money way to do it. And I've seen loads of comments coming through of people saying that is an insane price. It's incredible. It's half price. Pretty much. If you're platinum.
Was that a question? Sorry, Ben. Was that the price?
Question.
What's the price?
What's the yeah? What's the price? The question. What's the price? £36 if you're platinum, $55.20 if you are in the US and you're a platinum member. That is 8 questions. We do have Another question. Christine, where is your trophy? And can you tell me where you got it again? Says Christine. Does that not? That doesn't count. No, we won't count that. I've even presentation lead of the year. Don't know where it's gone. Someone's stolen it. Good day, Ben, says Teresa. I think all of the UK is cold. And what do you think of San Diego, California? Warm, hot. California, San Diego, hot. Here's a good question before we go to a break. I don't know if Debbie will officially know the answer to this, but if anyone will, senior craft expert will. Do we know, says Sheila, if there will be any more colours in the Duet/Shimmer ink pad range? Is that on your radar? Do you know, Debbie? Oh, she knows.
If I
but she
told
can't
you,
say.
I'd have to kill you.
That means yes. That means yes, basically. Can't tell you exactly, but it means yes. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, get these, grab them, come on. What are you waiting for? Half price deal if you're in the UK and you're a platinum member. Great opportunity to pick them all up. They are also available individually. And keep the questions coming. Listen, if you've already got these and you need something answered, ask that question. And if you're thinking about buying them, but something's stopping you from getting them, for goodness sake, ask that question, because you are going to pick up, I think, one of the best sets of ink pads on the market. Let's get you to the checkouts. When we come back, more inspiration, more demonstration, more of your questions, and probably a lot more random chat. We'll see you in about 4 and more hot or cold. We'll see you back here in about 4 or 5 minutes.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
I think I've always been a little bit crafty. I used to craft when I was very young, and I say craft, I used to take a needle and a cotton and sew all my own clothes, tie-dye and things like that. South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. So the people who inspire me, well, the people who inspire me most, especially into craft, was my Auntie Jean, who's no longer with us, but I give her always a big shout out because she absolutely introduced me properly into the passion of paper crafting. I followed Craig for a long time before he actually joined Crafters Companion, and I always loved his style. I used to follow his blogs, you know, all these things that he used to do on Facebook and all the various companies that he used to work for, and then I absolutely felt honoured when he joined our team. You know what's lovely about having all this amazing team from Craig, Jan, Debbie, Michelle, Becky. Have I missed anyone? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I have, but it's lovely because they're like-minded people. We love and passionate about craft, especially Crafters Companion. So for me, having that lovely team is just phenomenal, and I wouldn't be without them literally every single day. I have a big love affair that has been going now for 40, let's get this right, 41 years with a certain group called Bucks Fizz, or as they are now known, The Fizz. When I got that phone call, well, firstly, I had the email saying, would I like to come and join? And I used to work in the Crafters Companion store as assistant manager there. But when I got that email, I thought at first, is this a joke? Because I had to check, was this a joke? But when I actually went for the interview and went through the process, when I got that phone call from Laura to tell me that they had wanted me on that TV team, that for me to date is the biggest, proudest moment I've ever had working for Crafters Companion in the 6 years that I've been here.
There she is. Lovely Debbie. Thank you guys. I knew you'd come through. I knew you'd come through with the questions in the end. Kathy's joined us saying Ohio has all 4 seasons. We get very cold in the winter, very hot in the summer. Do you want some questions, Em?
Oh, yes, please.
Carol says, what other collections other than the Mermaid include Duet Inkpad colours? Can we think of any off the top of our head?
So you were saying about Bella Luna.
But that's got the same.
That's got the same colours in there. Don't know if we've had any. We had one of Sarah's signature, but they were shimmer ink pads. Don't think.
Weren't there some in the Floral Elegance collection? No.
Yes, you could be right.
Maybe I
There
dreamt
are
that.
ink pads in there, but I've got a feeling. No, there were 2 shimmer ones in the Floral Elegance. Yeah, they were the blush and like a platinum sort of champagne colour. Yeah, I don't know if there were any in the others. Yeah, can't think of any. No.
Lynn, I've opened the duets in the break. I'm getting little circles of colour. They won't blend, and little bits of the paper seem to be lifting off. What am I doing wrong? Is that cardstock issues, or is that
I would say that's cardstock issues, yes. If your card is too thin, they're not going to blend very well. So it's what we talk about with the tooth of the card. And when we talk about the tooth of the card, it means the thickness of it, the ply, how it's sort of hatched in the cardstock. I've been using a lot of watercolour cardstock because I feel like it blends really well on there. But just our smooth stamping card is great as well. But you sometimes do need that gesso to go over the top, just to it just helps the blend with the duets, and it's one of the. I don't want to say it's a bad thing because it's not, but because we're putting an ink pad together that's got pigment and it's water based. So to blend those two in, it takes that little bit more effort. So, but adding the gesso definitely helps. There was a bit of card that I had earlier, and I noticed it was doing the same thing, where you just get those little darker spots, and I think it's just the tooth of your card. So I would definitely put gesso on it, or switch your card to watercolor cardstock, or vice versa. If it's watercolor cardstock, then try some of your smooth stamping cards.
And is it also a case of like, I'm just following on Lynn here, because I've seen you said you've tried it on different cardstock, so definitely try the gesso, but is it also a case of whatever blending implement you're using to blend quite lightly and add the colour rather than going on really putting your back into it, if you know what I mean?
So if you lay down a lot in one space, you would then have to try and put that everywhere on your card, and you're exactly right there, Ben. So building up is really good. And also, as you've seen earlier, it is down to your application as well. I mean, the blending tools are fabulous. They're ones we use all the time. You can't beat the blending brushes. I just think they are second to none in their lay down of colour, so they are absolutely brilliant. Apologies that we haven't got any of them in stock, but we will get them in. So, and you'll know what I mean. So these are good. these are fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like our Tri-Blends are amazing pens, but our Illustrator are our top range. So it goes like that. So whatever you're blending with. Also, you could try the sponges. We do the smoothers, which might be online as well.
Oh, the eggs.
Legs.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll see if I can find any and see if we can blend with those as well, because they're quite good as well. So blending sponges are in stock. That's amazing.
Marvellous. We've got this, by the way, this will be question 10 and 11, the next two. One's a request, one's a question. Good question, Twinkle Marge. I think I've asked this one before. Twinkle Marge says, should you store your ink pads upside down?
So that's a brilliant question. So when I first started at Crafts Companion and we started getting our ink pads, I stored all of mine upside down. And Leanne come in once while I was crafting and said, Debbie, why are your ink pads upside down? And I went, I've always stored them upside down. I thought that was what you did. And she said, yes, with a lot of ink pads, because they're not fully loaded. So you need to always have your ink at the top. She said, but you don't, with our ink pads, you don't need to do it. So the answer is no, until your ink pad. So I noticed earlier when I was laying down some green, I noticed that ink pad was starting to run out of ink. So I'm going to turn that one upside down. And then what will happen, any ink that's left in it will always be at the top. So when you turn it over, it's ready to use straight away. So there's no harm in putting them upside down. So I would say if you want to do it, you'll always have your ink at the top. But when you've just bought them, you don't need to.
I think we found Lynn's, the problem she's been having. She says, for some reason, I thought I had to smooch the pad on the blending mat and spritz with water. Definitely a no-go, because this is a mess. So you don't have to wet your cardstock, do you, before you apply these
No,
these
not
inks? So that's
at all.
probably what it is, Lynn. That's probably where you've gone wrong.
And please be careful, Lynn, because you're then adding water to your ink pad. You don't want to do that. You're just going to water it down, and you want it, the longevity of it. It won't help putting water into it.
Karen H, so this is a request, also counts as question 11, 7 more and we've broken the record. Can you show us what duets look like on black card? Because I never knew you could do that.
Oh, that's a great question, and let's do it.
Why not?
I'm literally, because in a little while, when if you stop asking questions, you might not. There might be plenty more. I'm just going to take my stencil to my piece of card, just why I had it lined up. And we're just going to pop that to the side. And then I've got some black card at the side of me. Let's just show how this reacts onto black cardstock. So you wouldn't expect to be able to get any lay down of ink onto your black. So let's start off with just some nice colours. So we've got our yellow here. If I blend this on, you might not be able to see it too well until I move my cardstock. But I just want to show you how good it looks. If you are heat embossing, this is fabulous because you can stamp with them, and then you can, let's change colour and go to a different colour, and then you can heat emboss it, and then you'll get an amazing lay down of your colour. So I'm just really blending over the top of my card. We've used our yellow there, we've got our sweet clementine. Oh, let's try our rosy apple as well. Let's move it to my red. And bring that in.
I can see it coming through now.
Yeah, really beautiful design on here. When I put this in the light, you'll be able to see it. At the moment, you're probably thinking, yes, trust the process. That's your thing, isn't it, Nicola? She always says, trust the process.
Trust the process. And what do you mean by that, trust the process? Oh.
So let's move that. There we go. You can see that.
Yes.
You see it coming through onto there. So it does look metallic on there, which is very weird. Very strange. It's not normally metallic. So it's either from my blender or it's from the ink pad that's been. Actually, it looks like there's metallic in there. I think someone's mixed my ink pads. That's why. But yes, it does come out on black cardstock, so it looks lovely, especially if you're letter pressing on the on a folder with an embossing folder. So yes, it does work on there. And in fact, I had. Let me just have a look in my little box of goodies because. Oh, I had one, it's disappeared. Where's that gone? There's one there, but let me just, I had another, oh, there it is. There we go. You can really see them on here. So if I turn them round, look at that. So heat embossed, put onto there.
That's oh my goodness me.
So it's shiny because of the, let me just double check that it is, yes, Awakening Forest, Lemon Meringue and Raspberry Ripple. Yes, so they've been stamped on there and then heat embossed to make them shiny. And same on here as well to make it shiny on the top. That's the purple one, so that would be our soft heather. And heat embossed on there.
Is that just heat embossing? That looks incredible.
I know, it's so good, isn't it? Yeah, just heat embossed on the top, so it's just laid down on the top. Looks amazing, doesn't it? I would say that's triple embossed because that's really shiny on the top. Or, I don't think it is because it could be our glossy highlights. But I don't think it is because it's not thick enough to be glossy highlights. It looks more like it's been embossed, enamelled. Yeah, beautiful. So there you go. Yes, definitely on to your darker cardstock.
We are all up to date as far as the questions and requests are concerned, so feel free to fire those into us. Oh, here we go. We have another question. We have a question of where? Is that in the US? Pigeon Forge.
Oh, that's definitely hot.
I'll say it sounds cold. Yeah? Tennessee. Now I'd like to change it to...
Hot.
Hot. I'll tell you where it's hot. Amber Ray's is in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh,
warm.
yes. Well, that's the desert.
It's also in the song, isn't it? Tucson, Arizona, don't forget Pomona. If you want to travel... What's the song?
I don't know.
Route 66.
I don't know what
you... How does it go?
James knows it.
How's it go, James?
The wind? Ooh.
How's it go? Oh, you know, it's definitely in there though. Tucson, Arizona. Don't forget. If you ever plan on heading west.
I've not heard it. I don't
Take that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
I don't know that
You
one.
do know it. You do.
Who's singing now?
Sam's singing in the background. Right, so we're back over to you here, Debbie, because we're up to date with the questions and the requests. So what else would you like to show us in the meantime?
Right, let's do inking through stencils. So I've got one of the stencils are on the show, which are these. I use them all the time, and you will see I use them through my demos. I'm always bringing them in. We've got the decorative trio here, and I love these stencils for adding just ornate detail to everything. And this one has a beautiful half mandala. Now, if you put the two halves together, you've got a full mandala. In fact, I think there's a sample, isn't it? See, let me just bring that one. Yes, here we go. So this one is that mandala.
What,
from that half mandala to making a full mandala.
Sorry, full mandala?
A full mandala.
Half mandala? Total eclipse. That's incredible.
It's amazing, isn't it? If you show that board, Ben, you can see just by having that half of one there, and then putting it on the other side, it then makes that complete full one.
That's really clever.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And so clever. And you're getting all three of those in just that one. So I think you're getting 4 different ones. And
you're
each
getting
one
12.
comes with 3.
12 stencils in total.
Yes. Yeah.
I've just noticed as well, sorry, with that one there. So that one again, if you wanted to create a bigger background, that one joins up too, doesn't it?
They'll all join up. Yes. Yeah. So I think you would be able to. And actually, looking at them, I wondered if you could do that with the swirls as well. Quite
with
possibly.
The swaddles. I think you possibly could.
Yeah, it is. I can see.
How have you seen that?
Because if you go from one side to the other side, so halfway, like 3/4 way down on the right-hand side, you've got a swirl coming round, and the opposite side to it, you've got the swirl going off the page. So that swirl would continue round.
I can't see that one. I can see that one and that one.
We'll have to try it.
Do you want to just quickly buzz through here? I'll show you the designs you're getting as well.
Absolutely.
That's there. So that's all 3 of those you're getting. That one is your textile trio. I particularly like this one here, the little the waves. Or if you popped it on its side, it could be like little what do you call them? Grass, not grass. I know what grass is. Like the wind. What do you call them? Growing out
is that the price of them for all of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even I can do the maths on that. If you're platinum, that's £1 a stencil.
That's ridiculous.
That's gorgeous, isn't it? You've got your
so
damask
nice.
moss swaddles and your beautiful florals. And this is my favourite in the bundle, and it'll be Debbie's as well, I think. This is your stylish trio.
I love that one.
Because it's got the water And also that could be sort of that could be fish scales, couldn't it, as well?
So much. You could use that with your mermaid collection. Yeah, lots of things you can use. I love that one. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, but all of those you get for 12 quid. I mean, if that is not the bargain of the day.
I didn't realise that.
Tell me what it is.
That's so good.
15.20 if you're platinum in the US. Right, sorry.
Well, the Duet Inkpads, another bargain.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say these are a total bargain. Right, so I've put that mandala on, and I've literally just stuck my stencil to the back, just put a bit of tape on each side to hold that in place. And then let's just ink through. Now, what I like to do is I like to use my circle ones, and I'm just going in with that lay down of that sunrise glow. And I'm twisting because I don't want to lift my stencil. I want to have it so the ink is just going through that design. And if you rub it on, you could lift some of these pieces, like here, could like come up, and then you're not going to get that beautiful white detail underneath. So we're just going to keep dabbing this through. Could have perhaps done with a little bit of, I think I cut my card a little bit short because it doesn't matter, just very slightly on the ends. You can see here it's just coming off the page, but it's not going to affect the detail. And then I'm going to bring in some different colour now. So I'm going to go in with my same ink dauber, and we're going to use our Sweet Clementine. And then I'm just going to put some of that into just little places. And this is just going to give us some interest, so you can start to mix the colours a little bit and have that variation. And then I'm going to come in with that red one as well. And which is going to add us a little bit of, I'm just going to sort of just slightly, very lightly go through this, because I don't want to change too much about the background. And then we'll just go, so where I sort of put in the colour, just add in that colour into the mix. So let's do a bit there and a little bit there. Is that Craig I can still hear in the building?
Mike might be Liam, actually. I've just seen him wandering up and down the corridor with a with a bin bag. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe my trophy's in the bin bag. Yeah.
Right, that's our stencil. This is going to look so pretty. So we're going to pop that to the side. I'm going to turn that over. In fact, let me just grab a piece of kitchen towel just to take the tape off, like so. And then that one.
There we
Doesn't
go.
want to come away. There we go. Right, so once we've done that, let's turn this over and then see what we've got. So if we lift that away, look how pretty.
That's amazing.
That looks. So, so pretty. Now, there's a couple of other things we can do to this, even though that looks beautiful. If we was to use our art liner,
that's a lovely
now
idea.
you can do two things here. You could either just do it by hand, or you could go through here. So what I am going to do is take this off to start with.
Yeah.
So we're just going to take that ink away.
Okay.
That will allow me then to go over the top and be able to see a little bit better. So just take that away like that, and then pop that to the side. So we could always pop this back in, so just over the top there. And then you could actually use your eyeliner pens to go round. Now I'm not going to, and I haven't got one, it was just something I was playing about with earlier, and I thought, oh, that would be really cool to show. So I'm only going to do a few little detailed pieces. So we're just going to go around the top. Now I'm using quite a fine tip one, so my one is 0.3, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to go up here and round this section here, and then just onto here. And that's all I'm going to do, is just to come round, and then we'll finish this off in a little while.
Okay.
But all I want to do is just show you, if we just come round there.
Oh,
Look at that
perfect.
edging, the extra bit, doesn't it look lovely?
Yeah.
And then you can do all of that with with your art liner, and it just looks really super cool. And then once I get this bit tidied up, then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a background to go with this.
Marvellous. Don't forget, if you want the Duet Inkpad complete collection, smashing price today, £36 if you're in the UK Platinum, $55.20 in the US. A very warm welcome if you have just joined us for Masterclass, or Masterclass if you're from up north. Welcome, welcome. I don't know whether, do I say Masterclass or Masterclass? Masterclass, because I'm a southerner, you see. Because I'm posh, says James. James like, because you're posh, you're posh. No, we're here for the Masterclass on the Duet Inkpads. It's been fun so far. Where have you been? Where have you been? We've got the complete collection for you at a smash down ridiculous price. £36 or $55.20 is the price for that full set. I know a lot of people have gone for that today, and also so many of you just surprised at the price that we've done the stencils for as well. If you're platinum, £48 today will get you the complete Inkpad collection and the complete set of, or the 4-piece collection of stencils, so 12 stencils in total. $70 will get you all of that as well, which really is quite incredible. So a lot of opportunity to jump in and grab all of these. Obviously, if you've already got the stencils, maybe not for you today, but it's still at a fantastic price. But if you've not got the Duet Inkpads, or even if you have got them, a great opportunity to stock up, you know, because yours will run out eventually. So get them now whilst you can at this amazing price. The stencils as well, by the way, of course, will work not just with these, but with all of the other ink pads, with all of the things like your sprays and your glitter paste as well. So you've got loads and loads of fantastic stencils to be working with right across a whole range of other goodies that you've potentially already got in your craft room. Hi to Teresa, who says, Ben, it's actually Flagstaff, Arizona in the song. I knew that as well. I knew that. Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona. And also Carol on the hot and cold game says, Ben, what do you think of Burlington? Cold. Sounds cold. Burlington. Ooh, Burlington. There's a Burlington in London, near London, isn't there? Burlington Bertie. I rise at 10:30. I'm Burlington Bertie. I rise at 10:30. I saunter along like a toff. That song. No? Anyone else? No?
No.
No? I walk down the Strand with my gloves in my hand, then I walk down again with them
Is
all.
this from one of your shows?
No, that's a well-known song, isn't it?
No.
I'm all airs and graces, correct easy paces, without food so long I forgot where my face is. No? No, I'm not making it up. There's an actual song. Look up Burlington Bertie song and you'll see what I've just sang is correct. We've got some more questions coming in as well. One of them is to do with glossy highlights. So are we happy to answer that? I don't think we've... Are the glossy highlights in stock currently? I don't know if they are, but we're happy to answer them. I know, Debbie, you said we were going to come back and do a background.
Yes.
Do you want a couple of questions to start off with, though?
Absolutely. I'm still doing just a little bit of the artwork in here, so you can be asking them why I'm still drawing.
Okay. What is the best way, Sheila's asking, so this is glossy highlights. What is the best way to apply glossy highlights? I want it to give me a flat, levelled, smooth look, if possible.
So it depends. Is it Sheila, did you say?
That is Sheila, yeah.
It depends what you are... look how cool that's starting to look.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
So I'm not going to do no more, we're just going to leave it at that. It depends what you're applying them to get that sort of smoothness. If you want to just make some pearls, I would practice doing them on a piece of acetate, and then when they dry you can just pick them off and they're ready to stick on anything. But if you're actually filling a gap, the best thing to do is to make sure the whole gap of what you filled. So let's just say, for instance, we've got Santa's hat and you want to colour his whole hat in. You need to make sure that you put enough in to cover that whole hat, because what will happen, it will start to just move in at the sides and then you don't get such a smooth finish. But for me, it's about making sure that you can't see through it. You get like a cloudy film when you put in glossy highlights on. You want to make sure that you can't see through that. It's cloudy all over, and then that should dry with a flat finish. Hopefully that helps.
Thank you. Also a question from Betsy Black. It's brilliant. This is question 13. Do I need to keep my brushes separate when using my metallic inks? In other words, Could I clean the brush with metallic ink before I use my duets, or should I keep separate brushes?
I know you could clean them, absolutely. Yeah, as long as you're cleaning them, that's absolutely fine. They're all water, they will all clean in the water, so that's absolutely fine. Even your sponges, so even these little felt sponges, they will, you just literally take these off. So if you pull them off, you can actually just wash these as well, and so you can wash all your inks out. If you wash them, just put them on the radiator for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll be dry. You could probably dry them with kitchen towel and your heat tool as well, which would dry them off. But you can wash those as well if you haven't got so many and you want to use more colours. But I would definitely recommend washing them.
And Sherry Yates says, question 14, what colour are the Cosmic glitter paste? Is this one? There's no, I can't see it on the packaging. What did we call it? Did we call it Galaxy? I think we might have named it ourselves.
Oh, there's nothing on there.
I couldn't see, and there's nothing on the board either. So we'll call it Galaxy. But that's the colour that you get within your Cosmic Showstopper, also available on its own if you just want to go for that, and of course part of the embellishment bundle which you can buy as well. Thanks for the questions, guys. Love you guys. This has been such a fun show so far.
Absolutely.
Really enjoyed it. We're not far off the record and we are only just into the second half of it, so keep the questions coming. Anything you want to know about your Duet ink pads, anything you want to know about how you can use them, anything you want to know about cardstock that you can use it on. Maybe you're stuck on a particular project and you'd like Debbie's advice. Maybe you want to see these used in a particular way as well. Feel free to fire those in. We want to know. We only need 4 more questions to break the record, but let's get lots more than that. We've had 14 already. Let's get another 14 going. Anything you want to ask, please feel free to fire those in. Right, Debbie, whilst we wait for some more questions, what can you show us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm finishing this topper off. So all I'm doing is going around the edges with our sunrise glow.
Yep.
So that gives sort of our edge there. And then we're going to use, I'm bringing so that rosy apple as well. So just to tone a little bit of darkness in. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to be quite sporadic there. Just bringing that into the sides. And what the red will do is just warm that up a little bit. So there we go, that's our topper.
Is it,
and then,
where you've gone on the centre there, is that just where the art liners reacted with the...
I haven't even done them that well, I've just done it in the black, yeah.
It looks green
really
on my
effective.
camera, but it's still black, is it?
It's still black, yes.
Yeah.
And if you do it all, it'll look amazing. It looks really cool, but it was just something I've done a long time ago, and then I thought, oh, that would look really cool to be able to do.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Right, now, let's do a background for that to go on. So I'm going to have this on my card. I've got some black cardstock, so that will go on the black there. I've also just stamped out a dream, so we can put that onto our card. And then we've got our cardstock here, which we're going to do a sort of splodged effect. So I'm going to use my rosy apple. So let's put some on here, because what I want to do is create quite a sort of splodged effect background.
Oh yeah.
But I don't really want to pick it. When you pick your it up, it sort of, all the colours sort of merge into each other. So I'm only going to sort of do one at a time. And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to just spritz it. So let's use our water spritzer. You'll get a pack of 3 of these, which are really cool. And all I'm going to do is literally bring that water in and tap that over the top. So just to get some colour laid down, because I don't want to have it all mixing in. I want to be able to see those colours through in the background. And then if you want a little bit more, we can just pop a little bit more water onto there, just to bring on the edges there. And then you need to take that away, because we don't want the water to go onto our ink pads. And then let's bring in that sweet clementine. And I'm just going to put that round. I'm doing it around the edges because I'm going to sort of lay that into the edges. It doesn't matter about the middle, because we're not going to put too much in the middle because our topper's going there. And then again, we're just going to spritz this. This is quite dry still, but you could wash it if you wanted to. I say wash it, not wash it, dry it. Yeah, you don't want to wash it. And then we're just going to bring some of that orange round into those edges. Onto there. I'm just going to spritz that a little bit more. And again, make sure your pad is out the way, your ink pad, because you don't want to be bringing that in there. And then let's just bring it to the edge. Just so we've got some colours, that's looking much better. And then let's bring in some of that amazing lemon meringue. What a nice name for an ink pad, lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue.
I love a lemon meringue pie.
I'm not fussed about. Oh, by the way, no, I thought about this earlier. You know, you just mentioned pie. Do you know what today is?
Is it National Pie Day?
National Pie Day.
Oh.
What's your favourite pies? Is a lemon meringue pie your favourite? Is it?
Well, it would probably be quite a good one with me because I'm not a pie person.
No.
So yeah, I would never choose to eat a pie.
Oh.
Yeah, which is weird, isn't it?
So you like more of a
No.
sweet pie rather than a savoury pie?
Yes, I love it. Oh, apple pie.
Apple pie.
Love
I'm
an
the same with you.
apple
What do you
pie.
have with it though? Apple pie and
Oh, custard.
gotta be custard, isn't it?
Gotta be custard.
Gotta be
Yeah.
custard.
No, my out, it'd be cream. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
I always say it's gotta be custard. Yeah.
If it was
but yeah,
cream, a bit
I'm
of
not
cottage cream.
I've not got not a pie. I mean, when I have a pie, I think, well, actually, that was really nice. I'm not really a pastry person. Yeah, I'm not really, which is a good thing because I'm trying to cut out sort of sugar and salt at the moment. So, well, yeah, I have. Yeah.
You have cut it out.
Yeah, it's really strange because, especially Al, because he cooks, he's really good at cooking. And so he says salt is flavour, fat is flavour, and it's quite difficult for someone to cook without those flavours in. But it's amazing because you can buy so much without sugar and salt in it.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting off the subject, he always says, oh, what about this pie? And I was like, yeah, but Paige can't have pastry, see?
You've had pastry?
No, because pastry you have to put oil in and cooking oil
yeah.
and brush with things, and it's just not a good thing to eat, pastry. Yeah, it's not the best thing to eat. Now, once you've done that, I want to add a little bit more texture. So I'm just going to put some more of that red and then the orange, and we're just going to splatter that with our brush like we did earlier. So can't find me. There it is, right in front of me. What about you? What's your favourite pie?
I like an apple pie if I'm going sweet.
What about a savoury? Have you got a favourite savoury pie?
Do you know what?
I don't know what that is.
A Scotch pie.
What's a Scotch
What is a Scotch pie, Nicola? It's like a Scottish pie. It goes.
I don't know what a Scottish pie is.
It's a pie with haggis in it.
Oh.
I don't know. Craig would know what that is. It's probably got square sausage in it.
I was just going to say, but Craig has things like square sausage, which is.
I like a steak and ale pie.
Okay.
I tell you what they have up here. It's a beef pie apparently. Tracy, what's a Scottish pie? A Scotch pie.
Scotch pie.
Yeah. What is it? Minced lamb. Apparently.
Oh.
What was I going to say? Oh, up here, I'd never really had it before. They're like cheese pies, and I've got a lot of time for a cheese pie. Do you like a cheese pie? Oh, cheese and onion pies as well. Yes, I love a cheese and onion pie. I'm more of a pasty man, being from down south. I love a pasty, cheese and onion pasty, or Cornish pasty. Chocolate cream pie, says Christine Mahoney.
Chocolate cream pie.
I mean, I didn't even know that existed, but it sounds incredible. Our American friends do pies very well. Pumpkin pie, yeah. Banana cream pie, says Susie.
Banana cream pie, yeah, we don't have pies like that.
Not banana pies. Be like a banoffee pie. A couple more questions are coming in. Do you want them whilst you're... Do you want
Yeah,
them?
absolutely. I can hear now with our heat gun because it's not that loud.
Pardon?
I'm not falling for that one, Mr. Dad joke over there.
Margaret Crook. Hello, Margaret. Margaret, you're in Torquay, aren't you? I remember your name because you're from my neck of the woods. Says, hi, everyone. Question, can you use your alcohol markers with your Duo and shimmer pads?
So you can, they will work. I would heat emboss them first if you're going to use them and not brush too much over the top. But yeah, you can absolutely use them with them.
Okay, that's question 15. Question 16, yes, Laura Simmons. Debbie, which is better? This is a good question, my. Triple lacquering with the embossing powder, so the triple emboss, or using glossy highlights? That's a good question, that.
So it's a brilliant question, actually, and I love triple embossing.
You get a different kind of effect, don't you?
Yeah, triple embossing to me is like glass.
Yeah.
And it's flat. And I think but then glossy highlights are quicker. But they don't dry so quick.
No.
So they take longer in another area. So where heat embossing, I love a triple emboss technique. I just think you can't beat it. I think it's amazing. It's so smooth. But glossy highlights is a more simpler and less messy. So I just think whichever you choose to go for, both have a place and both look amazing.
Excellent.
But yeah, really good question. But I don't think there's one's better than the other. I think they both are really good things to do.
Beth Malone, chocolate cream is my husband's favourite pie. Stephanie Theodos, I love a lemon meringue. And Jessica Stricker, I never really know what this is. You'll have to explain it because I've forgotten, but a key lime pie.
Key lime pie.
Yeah. I think that's sort of more of an American...
Isn't it just a lime cheesecake?
I don't know. I bet it's got lime in it.
Yeah, it has got lime in it.
And I bet it's in a pie. What was that, James? Lime is the key ingredient, James. All right. I'll do the dad jokes round here.
Oh, yeah, he's coming for you. Yeah, not really a pie person, but I love anything lemony. I love lemon mousse and lemon
I'm not fussed with lemon, it's fun, isn't
lemon
it?
meringue pie. I'm not a cheesecake person either. No, a lot of people like cheesecake, and that would be my last resort. If there was nothing else on the menu, then I would have a cheesecake, but I would not have a cheesecake.
Do you know what I absolutely love on the dessert menu? Going off topic here a little. Oh no, we're sort of staying on topic. Profiteroles.
Oh, I love profiteroles.
I love a profiterole. They are.
Yes.
No, Nicola. Oh, I love a profiterole.
So good.
Yeah.
We went to I think it's called the Obelix.
Obelix.
The Obelix up the Shard.
Yeah.
And we went for dinner. We went for dinner there, and they brought out. We had a tower of profiteroles.
Nice.
And there were strawberry ones with strawberry cream in them, white profiteroles.
Oh, get out of town.
Honestly, they were so good. So good. Yeah, they were rather nice.
On profiterole, I might have to go and get some from the supermarket on the way home.
Oh, I can't have them.
Oh, no. I'll eat your portion, Debbie.
Yeah, you can eat mine.
Homemade blueberry pie is Carol's son's favourite.
I've never... So, I might be a bit controversial here, but I don't think blueberries have any taste.
What?
I don't really like blueberries. I just think, yeah, blueberries, I don't see why... I always feel like I've wasted my time eating them because they don't really taste of anything. Not really. I'd rather a raspberry or a strawberry.
Strawberry, yeah, get some juicy
I'm a little bit
strawberries.
addicted to raspberries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I can eat berries.
Right.
So, yeah, I've just been really quite naughty with them, eating loads. I have them on my granola in the morning, and and I eat handfuls of them through.
Expensive though, aren't they? Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries.
You're actually better getting them frozen.
Oh yeah. That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, they're really fresh.
Peanut butter pie, says Amber.
Well, I've never had a peanut butter pie.
Joe Holtz, I'm with you on this. Rhubarb pie, love rhubarb.
Yeah, I quite like rhubarb,
please.
but I think I prefer rhubarb crumble than a pie.
Oh yeah. Cherry pie, says Teresa. Cherry pie, I don't think I've ever had cherry pie. And Sheila says, when is a pie not a pie? So that banoffee pie has no pastry, it has a biscuit base. Is it still a pie? That is a deep philosophical question. I know what you mean though, because if it's a pie, surely it's got to have a top, hasn't it? I know it has got the word pie in it, but... Well, an apple pie has a top on it. Key lime pie doesn't have a top on it, no. Ah, well. We don't know the answer to that question, and are we counting that as question 17?
Lemon meringue pie has a topping of meringue, doesn't it? So if it has a topping, is it a pie? Because otherwise it's a tart, because it's like you could have... you could have like an apple pie, but it only has an apple base, and then it has crisscross sometimes on the top, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Not completely covered.
Potentially.
There we go. There's our backgrounds and our stencil, and just using your eyeliner pens to go around it.
Really enjoyed that. And that was the background created from the mandala that we did at the back end of the last show.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I'll show you the colours again, show you those stencils too. Lisa B, blackberry pie. Boysenberry pie, I don't even know what that is.
A what?
No, not a poisonberry.
I thought he said poison. I thought he said poisonberry.
Eat this poisonberry pie.
It's like, oh, what's a boysenberry?
B-O-Y-S-E-N, boysenberry.
Poison.
Isn't that a cross between two different berries? Like a gooseberry and a... Is it?
Poison.
Anyway, gooseberry pie, pecan pie, cross between a raspberry and a blackberry, a boysenberry.
Oh. Oh.
Buttermilk pie, says Lisa B.
Oh, no, sounds very American.
Yeah. Coconut cream pie is a hubby's favourite, says Stephanie.
That sounds nice. I love coconut.
Steak and ale pie, yes, Liz R, for savoury. And apple pie for sweet. Liz R, that's my... That we are kindred spirits there. We've got to go for a sweet and a savoury. Liz R, you and I, we're darling together. Alison Gibson, turkey and ham pie with Christmas leftovers. And a couple of... one other question here from Stephanie, who says, what paper is Debbie using?
I'm using, on that one, I was just using, in fact, I think it was just normal colour. Oh, no, it was watercolour cardstock.
Watercolour cardstock. That's question 17. We need one more for the record. Phil says key lime pie or mince pie. Let's stop the pie chat for a second. I mean, keep it coming in, but we'll just show you what you can get your hands on in this show. Of course, everybody's chatting about the Duet Inkpads. It's the full collection. It's the 12-piece set. And hopefully, over the course of Wake Up Call, and indeed, what were we, an hour and 20 minutes in already? I thought it was like about 4:05. Hopefully, over the course of this show as well, you've seen just how versatile a set of ink pads you've got for this price. It's incredible that you're only paying £36 today for your Platinum, $55.20 if you're in the US. All of the 12 colours you're getting here, and you've seen some fantastic techniques with Debbie already today. If there's anything else you want to see with these, please ask, and we'll try and show you in the last half hour of the show. Anything that you want to see, anything you want to know, ask the questions and we'll do our very best to show or indeed answer. It's £36, $55.20. Stock up on those if you've already got them. It's a great opportunity to grab all of the sets at a knockdown price. Also worth bearing in mind, if you don't want to go for the full collection, you can pick up the individual should you wish to do that and just dip your toe in the water. But at that sort of price, it's worth going for the lot. You can also add into your basket the stencils, and these were the stencils, some of the stencils that we actually launched when we launched the Duet Inkpads, and they're the trios. I think these are really good. The Stylish Trio is my favourite of the trios within this set because you've got the really cool like water droplets, which could also be like your mermaid's tail or fish scales. You've got this, which is that sort of almost like a jacquard print, isn't it? And then you've got your spots and dots here. It could be bubbles, however you want to use those. Then you've got this set, which is your opulent trio. So it includes some really beautiful swirl designs. You've got that damask design and also your beautiful florals on there too. This set's rather nice as well. It's your textile trio. So you've got that sort of crosshatch. You've got your sort of plaid effect here. And then this really cute, could be like waves, could be grass, could be like water reeds coming out of the river. And then this one here is the one that Debbie just used a few moments ago, the decorative trio. So that's with the mandala there. And as we saw, the opportunity to be able to double up on that one and create a whole mandala. And actually, with all three of those, as we were chatting about, if you want to create bigger backgrounds, they join up with each other really, really nicely. So you've got the opportunity to be able to do that. For £12 today, I mean, that is a cracking price. £1 a stencil if you're platinum. Incredible, incredible value. $15.20 if you're shopping in the US. And of course, yeah, they're going to play nicely with your Duet ink pads, but think about all your other ink pads you'll be using these with. Think about all your glitter paste that you've got as well that you'll be using these with too. A really, really great opportunity to grab those. And indeed, if you haven't yet got the Duet ink pads, whack those in your basket too. Great card, says Lizard. A wonderful card, says Jessica. Very pretty, says Stephanie. And Lynn Price says, I'm with you, Debbie. I don't see the point in the blueberries. No taste, but I do love a good homemade steak and kidney pie. It is official. This will be a record-breaking show. Question 18 is coming your way. But after this short break, yes, we're going to find out what that question is and who has broken the record in just a few moments. But in the meantime, Get your goodies checked out. Check the January sale. It only runs until Friday. There's some great deals still to be snapped up. And when we come back, more of your questions, more of your requests, and it won't be long until it's the end of the show. So off you go to the checkout. We'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. Shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at craft was to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
Welcome back. I don't know what I was doing there. Popeye. So, thank you everybody for making this, I think, one of the best shows of the year so far. We wanted interactivity, and we've got it. We wanted to beat the record of 17 questions. I'm about to ask questions 18, 19, and 20.
We're setting the bar high.
You're setting the bar high. This bar is going to be so high, you're going to have to Fosbury flop it.
You have to get a pole vault.
Yes, even better than my suggestion. You're going to need your pole vault to get over it. So, Terry Mack's after some tips.
Some tips?
Terry says, I love triple embossing when you do it. But any time I try embossing, I just end up with a huge mess, and triple embossing is a huge mess. Have you got any tips for improving my embossing? So what might Terry be doing wrong? I know it's difficult to diagnose, but what might the tip be?
Well, no, because I think I know some solutions because it is a bit tricky. Only because, let me see if I can, let me grab a stamp that would be easy to demonstrate that with. Have we got a smaller stamp in here? Possibly.
Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Ah.
I wanted one that would, let me see. Oh, yes, cosmic, yes. Good idea.
Cosmic.
Nicola. Yes. And in fact, let's do, it's quite a large stamp, but we don't have to emboss all of it, but we can show you.
Do you want me to get you a smaller one?
No, this is fine. We can do this. We'll use this one, the Milky Way.
Yeah, it does look like a wizard's hat. I'd never noticed that before.
Let's get a bit of card.
Yeah, it looks like the sorting hat.
So the trick of heat embossing is to have 2 pieces of cardstock. So I normally just, because it's our least used, the craft card, even though it's used loads, it's the least used, I sometimes use that as my scrap card. So you want 2 pieces of scrap card, and then you want your main piece of cardstock. So let's just trim that one down to start with, and then let's heat emboss that.
Okay.
And we'll do all this with our ink pads as well. So let's just trim that one down. And then let's have the, you can tell when HSN is being done because we suddenly get all the odds and ends of everything. Like my guillotine arm needs tightening, my foot off my thing has disappeared because they've took the good one. But never mind, we're fine here in the studio. Right, so let's pop this on and then use that stamp. So the stamp itself, because that's quite a big one, I am going to see, we must have a little, have we still got a hamster pillowcase anywhere? There should be one. What you used to call the hamster pillowcase.
Oh, the hamster pillow. Sorry, no,
Can't find it. I knew that would happen.
Do you want me to have a look?
Yes. You can have a look too. Can't see it.
Just looking for the...
Sorry, we're all gone out of the
pillow.
shot.
Didn't you use it earlier on?
It doesn't really matter. No, I didn't use it earlier on.
Hang on, you stand here. Let me have a quick ferret around for it.
I'll put this on and we'll go from there. So let's just pop that into place onto there. Like that. So, tornado, would it go like that for a tornado? Look. There, look. Tornado of stars. Let's do that then. Have you found it? Oh.
Sorry.
I did, I was like... well done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Somewhere. Right, so...
I like finding stuff when a lady can't find it, because I always at home, I can never find something,
useful?
then Laura always goes, oh, it was right there. So...
See, I'm the opposite to that, because I am the one that can't find anything. And then I'll say to her, and he'll say, it's there. And I go, it's not, I've just looked. And he'll come and say, what, this?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. And I'm like, thank you for finding that for me. I know. Yes. Right, let's use a waterfall. We'll have a waterfall of stars or a tornado of stars. So we're just going to tap on here, make sure we got cover all over. Now, what I would also recommend when you're doing heat embossing is to stamp 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Even if you don't think that it needs it, this will lay down your most amount of colour then. So you get a lot of colour down and it will have something then to grip onto. So you can see that's beautiful, but we can make that a little bit better and brighter with adding a little bit more. You want to make it so it's juiciest. I like that word, Nicola.
It's got to be what?
Gonna be it's juiciest.
Oh, but it's juiciest.
Yes, juiciest.
Yes, juiciest.
So we're just going to go straight down onto there again, and because it has pigment, it's the hybrid water-based pigment ink. It will stay wetter for that bit longer. Right, so we've got our second lay down of colour. Let's leave it at that. Take that one out the way. Now what you want to do, this is why I have 2 pieces of card, because you need to sort of work quickly. And I've got quite a big stamp, so it's probably best if you're doing a stamp like this to do it in 2 parts.
Okay.
So we'll do the whole thing to start off with, and we're literally just going to tap that over the top, like so. Once that's done, we're going to pop that away, but don't put your lid on.
No.
So we're just going to tap that onto there, and then we're going to keep this handy. So let's get our heat tool to start with. So this would be our first, class as our first lay down of colour. So we're just going to start by heating this up, and I'm going to do the whole thing, and then we'll just concentrate on one piece.
Here it goes.
So you want to make sure that where it's looking, you'll notice the difference. I'll show you the difference. Actually, this is a really good stamp to show you the difference on your first heat emboss to your third. So we'll keep the bottom half, just the first one, and then we'll concentrate on the top piece. I like it going up like this. It looks nice.
Who called it? Someone called it a star tornado earlier on.
Well, someone said it looks like a tornado,
Lord,
and I said, well, if you turn it round, and then Nicola said it looks like a tornado of stars.
A star-nado.
Now, this is the trick, Ben. You need to keep the heat on here.
Right.
Okay. So, because if you take that heat off, it's going to cool down within seconds. So as that's cooling, if we can just pan out a little bit. So we've got our pot ready. I'm going to aim that away and sprinkle that over.
Oh, so it's literally snapping it on straight away.
Yes, and then I'm turning that off. Once that's like that, I can then pop that back in the pot.
Yeah.
So that's the trick, it's being quick. Because that was still hot, can you see, we've then got this where it's got none, and that's now took, you can see that's perfect, James. And then we can do exactly the same again. So now we'll come back in, we'll heat this one up.
This is a great demonstration.
It really shows it, doesn't it, well?
Yeah.
And it's good. I've never thought to show 2 parts of the demo before. And the reason also, Ben, is that we only do 3 layers, is because that would be too many more to put another one down. It would start to sort of come off the edge. So once you've done that, now again, if we can sort of pan back out again, James, once that's heated all over, I'm just making sure that that's all still warm, and then I'm going to take that and put it straight over the top again.
Gotcha.
And the reason I normally keep another piece of card, I've not needed it this time, I would normally then it normally goes over the edges of you because you've only got a small amount, and then you would take that away so you can work quicker. But as it's actually just gone on one piece of card, I haven't got to worry about that. So let's take that off. And again, you'll be able to see that it's only gone onto there. So this is our 3rd layer. And it doesn't take long. But it makes a big difference doing it this way.
Hopefully this is going to help you, Terry, as well. Let us know. Maybe this was the reason why yours turned out not so good.
You just got to be quick.
Yeah.
And just keep the heat tool on it until you're ready to lay that powder down. They look amazing, those stars at the top. That's it. So we'll take those ones off. And then if I turn them up, so if we turn it this way, so James will be able to come in then, and then I can sort of give it a wiggle. But the one here,
oh wow, they're twinkling.
I mean that, can you see there? And then if we come down here more, I mean, you can you can see it's a little bubbly, but it makes a massive difference, dude. Look at that. I mean, the shine on there is incredible. And actually, going back to your, someone asked about the glossy highlight, you wouldn't be able to get that precision on your stamps with glossy highlights. So actually, the heat embossed on there is a really good way to do it. But the secret is to keep it hot because it's hot. And then what I would do is, if I wanted to then do it the other end, just turn it round and then just heat that back up then, because if you then heat this again, that just makes it hot. So if I just show you this one time, so you literally come over the top, you're just going to heat that up again. Once it's heated, it makes it sticky again. And then you'll just turn that away and sprinkle that down. And that's all you've got to do. It's just making sure that it's hot. We can then bring that in and then tap that in. And then this way you'll be able to see that. There you go. So you can see now that that's taken again. And then you would do the same again for that one. So that's all you need to do. It's as simple as that, but the trick is to keep it hot all the time.
Great demonstration, great question. Hopefully that helps you, Terry. Well, a few more questions. We're into the 20 territories now with these. So again, we've shown this already, but listen, you don't always watch for the whole show. So Sherry's just asking, are the duets water reactive?
Yes, they are.
Yep.
Yes, they're actually a hybrid water ink. Which means that all the techniques like we've just shown you, you wouldn't be able to do that level of embossing with a normal water reactive ink pad, but the duets enable you to be able to do both.
And it's the sort of drawing out of the oxide, isn't it? Because Mark's just asking if these are similar to distress oxides.
Yep, yes, exactly like that. Yes, there's oxides on the market. These are our version of them and how we, predict that they are or think that they are. And yeah, but the same sort of thing.
How well, asks Lisa B, would a Duet ink pad work with acetate?
Yeah, so you can, let me see if I've got some acetate.
Here we go.
I bet I haven't got any.
No.
We will try and, hang on. Oh, is that, yes, I found some.
We have.
So you can stamp with it. In fact, we've still got the stamp on the platform, haven't we? So let's still do that one. Now with acetate, I'm not sure. Oh, I've got a feeling. Let me just. Did I just take that out and re-put it back in? I thought a bit. Yes, heat resistant. So even better. So acetate works absolutely fine, and we will show that. So let's bring this one in again, and we can just reposition that one. I am just going to trim that down. So let's just very quickly trim that down there. And roughly, I think I had it in the middle, but I'm just going to double check. Can't really see it, so that was silly, wasn't it? There and there. Yep, that's fine. So I'm just going to put these into place to hold that down. And let's just ink that up again just so you can see. So it's harder to take onto acetate because we're just putting it down from one porous surface to another, really. But it will go, and we'll just show you how that is. But you wouldn't be able to just leave it because it would just wipe away. It wouldn't dry. So you can stamp it all the way down. Love all these questions.
Great, isn't it?
Look at that, amazing.
Ooh.
Now, the only trouble is with this, I can see they slightly smudge a little bit because actually we're sort of squidging a surface into a surface that's not taking anything because it's non-porous. So let's just do that again and see if we can get a better one. And I would say when you lay that down, just really be gentle. Don't push it too hard, and you probably won't get the perfect print. But what you will get is a lay down of colour. Let me bring in a piece of card so we can pop that underneath, just like so you can see it there. You can see that
wow, that's
much
great.
Better. And then what you could then do, and I didn't use an anti-static bag, which I should have done, but you can heat emboss it. So we can now heat emboss onto acetate. So literally just put that all the way over. I would have, if I'd remembered to use an anti-static bag, but it should be fine.
Is this heat embossing just on your heat-resistant acetate, yes? Or is it on all
So actually, you could use it on construction. So construction acetate. Just don't want to tap too much off, but what happens is it tends to then go, can you see where my powder's laying?
Yeah.
It grabs on, but I'm not going to worry about that because this is just for demo. So what you do want to do is use your little anti-static bag. If you haven't got one, then you can just put some corn flour into some material, even some tights. I know Leanne does it in her tights. Doesn't do it in her tights. She doesn't put corn... In her old pair of tights, she'll make
not the pair that you're going to put on later that day.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoop, whoop. Look at this go.
So your construction acetate, you would be able to do this onto. And it's not perfect, but actually, if you quite like a sort of grungy look, it's a nice way to be able to do this. So just using that over the top. There we go. And what's happened is here because it's clustered around, but actually it's given a really cool effect. I quite like it. It looks really cool because it's looking almost like little crystals. Can you see where it's melting on the top?
Oh, yeah.
Show that face on. I wonder if you can see that through black cardstock. Can you see that through? Oh, you can see it through black as well.
Oh, yeah, you can.
So with your anti-static bag, that would show up much better, but yes, you could then put it on, and that's not going to go anywhere then. It'll stop it from spreading. So if you want to stamp onto acetate, you can with these ink pads, but you do need to heat emboss it.
James has lightning fast reaction, says Lil.
I know, he's very good, isn't he?
Yeah.
James on the joystick.
He is. Quick
Very
on the
good.
draw McGraw, we call him. Jean F says, good tip about keeping the heat on for a second round. And Terry says, thank you, Debbie. Wow, I'll be giving this a try later. My cosmic goodies arrived an hour ago. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Rosalind R, I like using the metallic pigment pads on black to heat emboss. Really pretty results. And Margot says, hi guys, I love heat embossing, especially on acetate. It's so effective. I've tried to encourage many others to keep at it. Looks great, Debbie. Another question, but I love this from Lynn. So Lynn Morton, an hour and a half ago, I was ready to hand my Duet Inkpads on, and now I've blended. Well, I just did the rose stencil from the Opulent Trio, and I'm gobsmacked. Well, that's
I love that.
amazing, Lynn.
Oh, that is. Do you know what, Lynn? That's so lovely to hear. And actually, it's what the masterclasses are for, because it's not all about. There's some things I don't always. When I'm playing with them, Ben, and I'm doing my prep, I'm learning all the time as well, because there's certain things that you find out about them and how good they are.
Yeah.
But I love it that we can help other people to do it, because crafting should always be about fun and enjoyment. And I would hate someone to spend money on their crafts and give up. So never do that. Always come to us and ask, because we're always here to help.
That's it. And if we're not on live, you know what? There's loads of other people within our crafty community you can chat to who will probably know the answer. So that's awesome, Lynn. That is a great comment, and we're very, very happy that you've got that sorted and now you're using them. That's brilliant stuff. Wendy Graham, quick question from Wendy saying, I hope this isn't a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. Never. If you don't know the answer, it's not stupid. Can you use glycerin with the ink pads, asks Wendy.
Yes is the answer to that. But I have trouble in thinking why you would want to use glycerin with ink pads. So glycerin is a brilliant medium for using with your watercolour pens, with your water brushes. You can then make them all into ink pads. So you don't really need to, but saying that, if you was to use, I'm seeing if we've got a little bottle about, yes we have, let's do it. Because what happens, it does make it a smooth blend. You don't at all want to mix the glycerin into your ink pad. So if you're doing it, you want to pop it onto there. What I'll do, let's just have a little bit of card.
Okay.
And I'll show you. I'm going to actually, I've used all this time. Oh, there's some smooth card. That's our smooth card. What I'll do is use I won't use a brush. I'm going to use a pink pad. I've got two here. So let's use one with the glycerin and one just with on its own. And then we can show you how it works. So I think glycerin could be a good thing if you're not using it with anything else. So if I'm just blending onto here, like so, I'll just do that one corner. You're sort of having to build up that colour, and to get a bigger lay down of colour, sometimes it goes a bit patchy.
Yeah.
So you continue to lay down that colour until you get that smooth blend. So I'm going to keep building up, adding that onto that corner until I start to see that is blending really well into my corner. So I can see that's looking lovely. If I want it a little bit more pink, we can add a bit more. So, like so. Now, if you're using your glycerin, you want to use this, and then afterwards I'm going to actually get rid of this because I don't want someone else then to be dipping this into their pads, or I will take it and rinse it away. Your glycerin, this one is just for icing, so you can buy this at your bakery. But you can also use the one that you get with what's the word? The chemist's ones that you use with your honey and lemon and stuff. So now that's probably a bit too much, so I'm going to just take a little bit of the side here and just put a tiny, tiny amount in. Now what glycerin does is, like with icing, it makes it really silky and smooth. So your ink pad actually, when you're picking that up, just take a little bit more just to make sure that we're using that. When you then come to glide it on, you get a completely different look.
Okay.
So actually you could use your glycerin, but it does put your colour down a little bit. But you do get a very smooth blend. Glycerin is brilliant for sort of making everything glide smoothly over. But because it's sort of a wet substance, so you can see here, so you're getting more lay down of colour from this one, but you actually are getting a very smooth blend from your glycerin going down. So the choice is yours. I would say if you can blend onto your cardstock without using glycerin, I don't actually see why you would put your glycerin into it, because you can blend them anyway. But the choice is yours, and you can, I'm just going to take that off so that doesn't get contaminated. But the choice is yours, and if you wanted to, you can. Just don't put them near your ink pads. Put them onto your glass mat and make sure you clean up afterwards.
Question 23.
Wow.
Sandra Dundas, would these Duet inks work on shrink plastic?
Yeah, absolutely. Shrink plastic, yeah, they're absolutely. I haven't got no shrink plastic to show you.
Ah, what?
I know, everything else. So funny enough, my Ruby for Christmas got a shrink plastic kit.
Oh, no way.
And everyone was really shocked that because they'd never seen it before, and we just put it in the oven for her. And I was saying, oh, use it at the heat tool, and then I thought, hang on, if I get the heat tool out, she'll want to do it and we have to hold it. And so I thought, let's just do what the kit says, put it in the oven and shrink it that way. And she was making little, they were like little keychains. They turned out to be, and you could like put the hole in them. And I actually used my Duet Inkpads to colour them. So she was colouring them with the Duet Inkpads, and then we shrunk it in the oven. They were absolutely perfect. So yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. And they go darker. So on shrink plastic, if you colour them first, so if you're stamping onto shrink plastic, colour them with your Duet Inkpads. You can stamp with them as well, and then it actually intensifies the colour, so they get even darker. So your light pink will go into a sort of darker pink. So yeah, very cool.
Thank you, Lisa B says, thank you, Debbie, for the acetate demo. Anna Marie says, I'm helping teach a heat emboss class at our card and craft class on Friday here in Florida. So thank you for the tips, Debbie, and I'll be passing them on.
Ah, that's brilliant. I love that you do that. So it's nice that they can be passed on. So yeah, have a good time.
And Beth Malone says, lots of great questions today, lots of useful info. It has been, do you know what? I think it's probably been one of the most interactive masterclasses that certainly I've been involved in.
I think we need to do in future masterclasses like that, don't we? We need to think, right, we've got a masterclass coming up, make sure you get your thinking caps on and ask, because it's a really good way, and I don't think there's anyone on the team that wouldn't be able to think off the top of their heads and do it. It's what we do day in, day out, so I think that everybody would be quite comfortable, and I feel quite confident in saying that I think the whole team would be comfortable in winging things, as we would say.
Got another question coming. 24. Rosalind can we get to 25? Can we get to 30? Can we get to 50? But, we've only got 5 minutes left. We don't get to 50.
Oh my goodness. I thought we were going to get another day. I know. Where's the time gone?
Rosalind R, that was very Devonshire. Rosalind R says, if you use mount board, would you have to prime it before using the Duet Inkpads? No, mount board would be absolutely fine for it to be put on. You don't even need to prime onto your wood slices. You don't need to your MDF, anything like that. You can use your ink pads straight onto that. They'd be absolutely fine. Just give them time to dry, because they will be a little bit wetter for longer. Wendy just saying, thank you, Debbie, for answering my question. Last chance saloon. We've literally got about 4 minutes left on the show, or 5 minutes left on the show. If you want to ask one final question, get us up to a nice round 25, that would be awesome. But this is your collection, 12 of those Duet Inkpads. It's the complete collection, actually, and you're getting them for an absolute steal today. Hopefully now, if you came into the show and you were sort of sitting on the fence a little bit and you're thinking, shall I, shan't I? Great price, but actually, do I need these in my crafty stash? What are these going to do for me? Hopefully now, over the course of that last 2 hours, and indeed from Wake Up Call earlier this morning, you've gone, yeah, these are so super versatile. When you think of all of the different ways you've seen these used over the course of this show, during Wake Up Call, you think of all of the different materials that Debbie's laid these down onto, all of the different ways that she's used them in all of the projects in this show and in Wake Up Call. I mean, you can't really pass up the opportunity. And I can understand if, you know what, you're budgeted out for this month already, you can't go for the full collection. I think it's worth, if you can, dropping a few of these into your basket individually, and maybe for the first time having a play with them, recreate some of the demos and techniques that Debbie's done over the course of this show, see how they work for you, and then potentially come back at a later date. I can't guarantee if you do come back in a few weeks' time that you're going to get the price that you're seeing on screen now, but there are ways and means around it. If you don't want to go for the full collection today, you can go for the individuals. Make yourself your own smaller bundle. However, if you can go for it today, what a day. I mean, you should be paying, what, £71.88, £107.40. You're at £45 today, $69. If you are a platinum member, 36 quid. So in the UK, it's 9.5 price deal, which is phenomenal value for money. 55.20 if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum. And also, again, worth bearing in mind, if you're new, if you're watching for the first time, you've not signed up to Club Inspire, do it today. What have we got to do? I'll come back to what I was saying in just a few moments' time. Right now, we have to do the vote for the demo of the show.
I know, all these demos, but we've only actually got 2 demos done, so it's very quick. So 1 and 2. So number 1 was the blending, number 2 was through the stencil. So 1 or 2?
1 or 2. Go. You've got about 2 minutes to get that in. Sorry, Susie. Partly my fault. Forgot about that. But yes, another question coming in. Oh, there's loads of comments coming in. Don't forget the vote for the card she made. Teresa, we're there. We're done. Go. Vote quick. You've got about 2 minutes to vote on that. Yes, so that's your full collection of your Duet ink pads. 12 of them in total. Rosy Apple, Sweet Clementine, Sunshine Glow, Lemon Meringue, Waterfall, Raspberry Ripple, Vintage Merlot, Sailor's Wake, Soft Heather, Awakening Forest. Don't know why I said it like that. Soft Heather. Midnight Mist and Spring Bird. £36.52, $55.20 is your price there. And also, just worth bearing in mind, if you want those stencils, these were the ones, some of the ones that we actually launched when we launched the Duet ink pads. You can get these at an absolutely smash down, knock it out of the park price today too, because you're getting all 12 of these. It's a 4-pack, 3 in each, so 12 stencils in total for 12 quid if you're platinum. I mean, even I can do the math on that. That's £1 a stencil, which is bonkers. $15.20 if you're in the US and you're a platinum member. So this one is your decorative trio. Like this one because that one's got the mandala in, which is on Debbie's second card that she made in this show. Double up and create a full mandala. Create continuation of your backgrounds here by multi-stenciling these. I think it's a really, really cool set, that one. Then you've got this one, which is your textiles trio. Love the sort of plaid design that you've got here, that sort of basket weave. And then you've got this, which could be reeds, or it could be waves, or maybe grass. Really, really, it could be Deborah.
Zebra.
Oh, zebra. Zebra. Then this one is your opulent trio. So this one contains the beautiful floral decorative element. You've got your damask, you've got your swaddles as well in there. Plus you have this one, which is my fave, your stylish trio, which is the little water droplets. Could be fish scales, mermaid tail. You've got your jacquard and also your boobles. Wendy says, I've really, really enjoyed today's show. I think this has been my favourite masterclass. It really, really has. I think we should feed this back to everyone and say more masterclass shows like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, follow the presentation lead and the senior craft expert. Setting the standard, the blueprint for the year. And Hannah says, this masterclass was way more like a Beautiful Beginnings, just without the sofa time. I missed that sofa time. I'm not here tomorrow for Beautiful Beginnings. Gutted. I might just come in at 7:30 and sit on the sofa.
I've got Beautiful Beginnings.
7:30, sit on the sofa. As long as you get the questions.
Oh, we won't be able to do that tomorrow.
Why?
Because Beautiful Beginnings is not Beautiful Beginnings tomorrow.
Oh, it's a craft along, isn't it?
We've got craft along day tomorrow. We've got 3 craft alongs, Ben.
Wow,
I know.
Have we got 20 seconds left on the show? Oh, demo of the show, 2.
Number 2, there we go. Yes, thank you very much.
And final question to make it to question 25. Was this the best masterclass you've ever seen?
Yes.
Yes, there we go. 25 questions, everybody. Yay! Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thank you for all the interactivity. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you to the whole team. What a great show. We'll see you back here in an hour's time for Launch Party. Bye!